Hello, I'm Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist, change worker, and owner of Hypnosis here. And today I want to confess to you, I want to confess about one of my guilty pleasures. There's a show on the Discovery Network and it's called My 600 Pound Life. And it follows people who are morbidly obese. And there's about 10 or 11 seasons of this show. And yeah, it's my guilty pleasure. I watch it. The interesting thing about the show is, as it starts off, it says right at the beginning that 95% of people that go through this process, which is essentially meeting with the #1 doctor surgeon in the world who specializes in bariatric surgery, which is essentially removing about 90% of your stomach. So you've only got like 10% of your stomach left, which leaves kind of like an arm sleeve. Your stomach is like a sleeve inside. So this is a guy who's in his 70s now, Dr. Now, his name is, right? An interesting character. He's been doing this for, I don't know, about 30 years now. Hit show, 10 coming into the 11th seasons, I believe. And I even tell you at the beginning, working with this medical doctor who specializes in this is all that he does as far as I know, hit TV show, many years, is going to remove 90% of their stomach, these morbidly obese people over 600 pounds, yet the success rate is 5%. And what I mean by success rate is when the operation happens, they keep losing weight, releasing weight until they get to a healthy weight for them. 95% of people who have this surgery foul. It's an incredible number. So I've watched this show. I could probably write a thesis on this show, right? But the interesting is that don't be impressed by that. Not that you would. Every show's the same. Okay, it doesn't matter if the person's white or black, male or female, young or old. All right, they have a physical disability or not. None of that matters. Almost consistently in every person, in every episode, here's how I know they're not going to be successful. All right, they use words. This is most of the people on this show when it comes to weight loss, but you can map this to any situation that someone wants to improve in their life, whether it is they want to quit an addiction or if they want to relieve anxiety or depression or overcome a trauma. The languaging in the show goes a bit like this. I'm really going to try. Really going to try and make this work. Now, I know to most people, when you hear try, it sounds like a really positive word, doesn't it? Oh, just going to try. This is a good thing. As someone that's watched this show and worked with close to 10,000 people with all manner kind of problems for the last close to 25 years now, trying implies failure. Here's an example. We're coming up to the new year, right? People set New Year's resolutions. Two of the big ones: want to stop smoking, want to lose weight. We want to throw a third one in there: want to quit drinking. So they set the New Year's resolution. They tell all their friends, family, they announce it. And then you catch up with them about 3 weeks later. And you meet John or you meet Jane. You're like, John, how's that stopping smoking going? How you doing? Now they can only tell you one of two things. Number one, they can say, oh yeah, it's going great. I haven't smoked since December 31st. I'm doing amazing. They got the result. Or they'll tell you the reason. Oh, you know what? I really tried really hard for the first couple of days, heck, maybe a week, but then I needed to smoke again. But I am smoking less now, but I really tried to make it work. So that's one word, try. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's a telltale sign. Here's another word, the word hope. I really hope this doctor now, this leading bariatric surgeon who resides in Houston, Texas, I really hope he's gonna fix me. There's two here, right, in this sentence. I really hope. Now, hope sounds really positive, doesn't it? It has all kinds of ties to evangelical things and spirituality. Not here to question your religion or your spirituality. It's not what I'm here to do. Just here to take the word hope. In this show, what hope does is it gives away all power over the problem to someone else. In this case, the doctor, Dr. Nowzaradan, full name, but people call him Dr. Now. Really hope he's going to be able to fix me. I really hope he's going to be able to save me. So although hope sounds really positive, it's another wolf in sheep's clothing. It's saying, I don't want to take any responsibility for releasing the weight in my own life, but I'm really going to hope a bolt of lightning is going to come down and fix me, or this doctor's going to fix me. Now, I don't want to change any of my behaviors or my habits. I just want him to do the surgery on me. So the word hope is another telltale sign when it comes to this. Another pattern that I hear in this show, and again, it sounds really positive, and I used to do this one as well. And again, this isn't just about weight release, weight loss. It can map to any problems, right? You probably want to get this language out of your life. It's, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes to release this weight. They don't say release, they say lose weight. But being a hypnotist, I realize how strong language is, and it can become weaponized. And we don't want to lose anything. We don't want to lose our cell phones. We don't want to lose our mind. We don't want to lose our necklaces, but we like to release stuff all the time. Right? But they'll say lose weight. And they say, oh, you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Hear it, heard it over and over and over again. It's just rhetoric. It means nothing. It sounds positive. It sounds positive to the camera people. It sounds positive to the producers of the show. Seemingly it sounds positive to Dr. Now, but he's heard this probably more times than me. Now I've heard it a lot over 25 years or so. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And they never do. Very rarely do they, if I'm honest with you. One or two do, but very rarely do it. But I'm going to do whatever it takes. Whenever I hear that, I just think to myself, it's something they're saying to others, to other people buy into this narrative, this story. But more importantly, it's something they're saying to themselves out loud, but they don't believe it because they're not willing to do whatever it takes. Because if they were willing to do whatever it takes to fix this issue of morbid obesity, they'd stop eating. They've got more than enough fat on their body to literally go years without issues, without needing to eat. They aren't doing whatever it takes. That's why they're going to see the doctor, to get the surgery. They don't want the counselling, the psychotherapy prescribes for them, right? They don't want the exercise regime. They don't want to be told to eat 3 times a day, high protein meals, low carb meals, no snacking, because that's work. That's work. They want just the surgery. They want just a quick fix, but they're going to do whatever it takes. And about probably 97% of them, probably even higher if I'm honest, I've watched a lot of this show, 98% of them aren't willing to do whatever it takes, even when they've had the surgery for free, even when they've prescribed a psychotherapist for free, even if they've got physiological issues and have problems moving and they've been prescribed a physiotherapist that will come to their house, they aren't willing to do whatever it takes. Even when they've been given a nutritionist or a dietitian to help them with the nuts and bolts of understanding food, they're not willing to do whatever it takes. They've got a whole team of people behind them, and at least 97% of the time, with all of this behind them, over a year, and the added inspiration or potential pressure, positive or negative, of a film crew filming a highly rated show for the Discovery Network, I believe, in the States, they're still not willing to do whatever it takes. And these patterns I often hear in when I'm doing a screening call with a client. And what a screening call is, before I ever take on anyone in my programs, because I'm not interested in taking someone's money if they're not willing to do the work. And that person has to prove to me that they're willing to do the work. And I don't think the work is a huge amount. It's basically all the time that they're doing their problem, they're now going to be doing the solution. It's taking no more time, no more money in their head to do the work. but it means instead of residing on the left road, they're residing on the right road. So I know when I do a screening call, it's over the telephone, and I know how people answer the question. I know when people are answering questions because they think they need to make me happy, which is never the job of the screening call. It's for the client to be honest, so I can honestly help them. But sometimes people think their job is to make me happy, and give me answers they think that I want. And the only answer I want is honesty from them. But I'll hear it, and I won't just hear it in the words. The words are a telltale sign, but it will be the pauses in words, how they lean on certain words, how I know that the answers they're giving me are just surface level answers that they've given to the last 10 experts they've spoke to, but they still have the problem because they've rehearsed it over and over and over again. And I notice these patterns straight away. And I have to ask myself on the screening call, am I willing to work with this person? Because it isn't just about money for me. It's also about reputation. And it's about, is this person going to do the work, and are they going to be an amazingly successful client? Now everyone has the ability to be a successful client, but are they following instructions? When I'm asking a question, is this the same shit story they've told 10 other people, or have they stopped, have they had to go on a little bit deeper to retrieve some of that information from the unconscious to subconscious mind, rather than just again reciting a story that they've told to all the other experts, but that didn't work because now they're on a call with me. So those are some of the patterns that I get from £600 Life. But when I notice them in working with people, change work, I'll notice those patterns as well. And oftentimes a client will come in with their problem. They'll come in with their problem, be that anxiety, depression, a trauma, an addiction. They think that's the problem. It's never the problem, by the way. The anxiety is not the problem. The depression is not the problem. The addiction is not the problem. These are just symptoms. These are just symptoms. And we need to, and if we just deal with the specific thing that the client's coming in with, then we're just basically putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. It'll stop the bleeding for a while, but it'll go septic if not treated, and the bullet isn't removed, and we might have to chop off your arm, which is deeply unpleasant, metaphorically speaking. So whatever the problem is not really the problem, it's a symptom, but we need to get to that level below it, the structure that keeps up the anxiety, the depression, the re-traumatizing yourself, the re-addicting yourself, to clear that. Because once that's cleared out, once that's healed, then oftentimes the problem just disappears, and we don't ever necessarily have to directly deal with the issue, because the issue is never the issue. So it might be a good rule of thumb for your mental health and for your evolution that whenever you hear this word try, be like Yoda, do or do not do. There is no try, right? Hope. Don't hope, just do it, or don't do it if you choose. It's your prerogative. But don't hope and, oh, this is my last chance. That's the other one. This is my last time to turn it around. The other one that I hear from the show. Just remembered it right now. This is my last time to turn it around. Whenever I hear that on the show, they continue to foul more and more after they say that line. Because, it sounds like, oh, well, there's no turning back right now. Got to do it. But oftentimes that language pattern, that belief pattern that holds that language up, is putting so much pressure on them that, oh my God, now's the only opportunity for me to fix that. And it becomes so overwhelming that even though the pattern of overeating is killing them, and they'll be dead in a few years if they don't rectify this immediately, there's comfort in the discomfort, there's comfort in the suffering of carrying around 600 plus pounds and all the cornucopia of health conditions, because they're used to it. They've been drip fed it for years and years. It didn't just become 600 pounds. It was a long working process, right? It took a long time. So this is my last chance. That oftentimes puts pressure on people that it's so overwhelming now that I'm eating all this. Now I've got to eat like nothing, and I'm not moving here, and now I've got to move it. And now I've been single for this amount of time, and now people might find me attractive when I lose the weight. It becomes so overwhelming. The fear of change, the fear of being different, that they default to the behavior that's killing them, that's brought them in front of the doctor. This is my last chance. Well, no, it's not. Take the pressure off yourself. That doesn't mean give yourself a bye. That doesn't mean allow yourself to keep doing destructive behavior that may kill you mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, whatever that is to you. But it also means take that pressure of it's your only chance, it's your last chance. Take that off. Do all the work you need to do to turn it around, but take that added psychological pressure of this is my only chance. Another one that I hear from the show, as I'm talking a bit more now, it refreshes me. It is, they say something along the lines of, oh, Doctor, now, yeah, I've heard about you. You're so great. You're so amazing. I want you to fix me. This is a pattern I've noticed frequently in my work. Luke, we've heard about you. Luke, you helped my friend quit heroin. Luke, you helped my child stop peeing the bed. Luke, we've read the great reviews. Luke, we've watched the video. Luke, we've watched the TED Talk. Luke, we listened to the podcast. And I must admit, in the early days, it felt lovely. Put all this content out there for free. It's lovely to have some feedback. It's the whole purpose of it, is to help people. But then I realized when I got my ego and I started to transcend my ego, it's a daily job. What I started to realize, it's a very, very tricky thing. Because when someone over compliments you, oh, you're so great, you're so amazing, I've heard about you. It's very easy for them. They're then putting all of the responsibility for change on you or me in this count, right? And they expected me to fix them. Oh, I've heard about you, you're amazing. Oh, I just really want you to fix me. As I tell all my clients on the phone, before there's been any exchange of money or me accepting them into the program or anything, I simply say this, especially if I hear this pattern. Whoa, I ask clients, well, what do you really want? Oftentimes it's like, Luke, I want you to get rid of my anxiety. Luke, I want you to clean up my trauma. Luke, I want you to get rid of my addictions. To which I say, well, you're shit out of luck. Because I've been doing this for 25 years and I ain't got rid of anyone's anxiety, ain't got rid of anyone's addiction, ain't got rid of anyone's trauma. However, I can help empower you with a specific set of tools to enable you to heal yourself rapidly. So then when we're done, you never need to see me. You can't see me. Shout out to John Cena right there, ever again. And there's a silence. There's a and I think that's because no one's ever been that honest with them, right? And then there's a, oh yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. And I don't think that clients are deliberately saying this, but it's an unconscious pattern. Probably a law of chronicity, as we say in psychology. That if those patterns of me being the savior, although that used to be great for my ego, it's not good for the empowerment of you or the potential client. So no, I'm not here to save anybody at all, ever. I'm not here to fix anyone's anxiety, depression, neither's Dr. Now from my 600-pound life. But it's about giving you the tools to empower yourself to be able to heal yourself, change your behaviors. Now, that doesn't, you might think, well, why am I hiring you, Luke? Because you don't know these tools right now, okay? No one spelled them out from you for A to Z and made them super user-friendly that you can pull out like that and start to use them and make them work within a few seconds, okay? That's where I come in, to help to empower you. So I guess my years of watching through lockdown, my 600-pound life and my, what do you call it, trash TV viewing has actually helped me in some way to even understand my clients a bit more. Get rid of try, get rid of hope, get rid of you gotta fix me. And the other things that I mentioned today, because none of them are going to empower you to help change you, to help transform you. It's going to keep you stuck and victimized, and we've got to break that victimization so you can become free. That's where mental health comes in. That's where mental health comes in, and you can start the healing process. So I hope you've got something from that video and you can see where it can map to multiple different problems in life and have a deeper understanding of where I'm coming from. Anyways, thanks for watching. I've been Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist, owner of Hypnosis. Always believe.